As an instructor, you may come across times when a student needs extended time on an in-class or web-based exam or quiz. Since it is not possible to alter test settings for an individual while other students are taking an exam, a separate test will need to be created for each student who needs access to extended time on exams and quizzes. You can assign a quiz to a single individual by making a quiz copy and adjusting the adaptive releases. In this video, we will show you how. To create a duplicate exam in Blackboard, you need to first create a copy of the exam using the Test, Surveys, and Pools tool. The duplicate exam must then be deployed in the course with adaptive release applied so that only specific students can access it. Step 1. Create a copy of the exam or quiz from the control panel. Go to Course Tools, click on Test, Surveys, and Pools. Click on Tests. Next, we're going to make a copy of the Week 1 quiz exam for the individual student to take. Select the action link next to the exam to be copied. Select Copy. A new exam is created with a 1 added to the name. Change the name, but do not include the student's name in the title in order to comply with FERPA requirements. For example, if you are copying Week 1 Quiz 1, then title the new copy to something like Quiz 1A, or anything similar that does not identify the student or communicate the exam has extra time. Click this action link here, click on Edit, and this one will be for the individual student. I'll title it Quiz 1A, and then click Submit. Next, deploy the duplicate quiz in your course. Here's the Week 1 quiz, and now we're going to deploy the quiz that's for the individual student. Create assessment, click on Test, click on Week 1 Quiz 1A, and then Submit. So now we have the original quiz and the quiz for the individual student. Now we will create a group that only the student needing to take the test will be in. You go to Control Panel, and then Users and Groups, and then click on Groups. Next, click on Create Single Group and Manual Enroll. Then name your group. I will call this group Single Test Taker. Under Tool Availability, unselect all these features. Next, select the individual student that needed to take the test at a separate or extended time. This one will say Joshua is the individual test taker. Finally, click Submit. Now, make a second group that has all the class students except the individual student that needed to take the separate test. Create single group, manual enroll. I will call this a rest of class. Down here, I will select the entire class and then remove the individual student, and then click Submit. So now we have two groups, the entire class and the single test taker group. Now go back to the part of your course where the original test is. For the test that is applied to the entire class with specific availability dates applied, I will click on Adaptive Release. Next, I will add the group I created called Rest of Class. And then finally click Submit. For the quiz that is assigned to the individual student with adjusted availability dates applied, I will click on Adaptive Release. Next, I will add the group I selected called a Single Test Taker, and then click Submit. Now, the appropriate quiz or test will appear towards the individual or for the rest of the class, depending on how you arrange your groups. Things to consider. By creating the duplicate exam and deploying it in the course, you now have two grade columns in your grade center. We recommend hiding the duplicate exam column and excluding it from the grade center calculations. Any scores recorded in that column would then need to be manually added to the regular exam column. This way, students are viewing results from the same column, and your calculated columns will be accurate.